Hello, this is Brian Resney, President of Resney Wealth Management, bringing you an important update about the economy and the investment markets. We are heading into the next month of obviously June. The first 2 months of this quarter have gone quite well for our clients, and generally speaking, we are very happy with the results. We hope you're happy also. I want to talk a little bit about the economy, and I mentioned this at the beginning of this year. Earnings drive price of the equity market. Wall Street firms and a lot of the big banks and insurance companies were talking for a slow U.S. economy. Of course, then we had the Iran war that started a few months ago and things of that nature. So earnings were going to be kind of depressed. And we said no. We think actually there's going to be earnings growth. As we just finalized earnings for the first quarter of this year, essentially going into that second quarter, things are actually quite good on the earnings front. We're seeing substantial growth above expectations on earnings. A lot of this is driven by AI. We're well positioned in this storefront, let's call it that, for the future growth of technology. Your accounts have benefited because of our team's work and the research we do. Remember, we make adjustments as necessary that's going to better your portfolio and the returns of your portfolio and reduce risk as necessary. But earnings do drive equity prices higher. We don't see any signs of recession. We see really the summer will get kind of slow and a little bit choppy. So what I would expect every client to understand, expect at least a 10% pullback this summer. We've had a nice rally up. I see some kind of pullback in the summer months that tends to be a little slower. And I see a higher year end also. So remember, we look for new high ground by the end of the year, 6 steps up, 2 steps back. But as long as companies are delivering on earnings, which again have been spectacular, we expect equity prices to go up. There's been a lot of questions from clients and my viewers on my TV and radio show in addition about the huge debt that the U.S. has. This is an overall concern long term. We're concerned about debt. I don't believe in a lot of debt personally, but unfortunately our politicians have put us in a bad situation on both sides of the aisle with long-term debt. One thing that I will say, the rest of the world has equally or more debt per GDP than the U.S. does. This is something that ultimately will have to be addressed, whether it's 10 years down the road, 30 years down the road. It's going to have an impact on the economy. Our economy is more resilient. Even though we can handle the debt we have, less debt is ultimately going to be better. But these other countries outside the U.S., and this is again another main reason why I talked at the beginning of this year, that we are not invested outside the U.S. because the debt in most countries is more than the U.S. It's affecting their growth of their countries more than the U.S., meaning their stock markets haven't done as well this year and long term. So we're going to stay U.S.-centric. We're always looking for opportunities on the landscape. We will make those portfolio adjustments as necessary. But again, 6 steps up, 2 steps back. Remember, volatility is normal. As always, if you have questions about your portfolio or any questions for me or the staff personally, call the office. We love to talk to our clients. And I want to just put a shout out. We've had a number of excellent referrals this year that became clients from great clients like you. So keep us in mind. Your friends are probably not being treated as good as you are. Most advisors are not a fee-only fiduciary money manager like Resney Wealth Management. 95% of advisors are really in the sales game and they're fee-based, which really comes against the client's best wishes and legal obligation. But we're here for you as a true money manager. Make sure you do go to Google, by the way, and give us a review if you'd like. We always like to get reviews. It really does help promote our business, get us out there not only with my TV radio show, but it gives education to others just like you. And make sure you do forward this video onto your friends and family so they can have the same exceptional education you receive every other week. Have a safe and profitable day.